Alright my lawn gun friends, welcome back to another MoTime Reviews. In today's review we're going to be going over the HLA 66 and what I think of it over the past year of using it. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's get into the actual product. So like I said, this is the HLA 66 from the Stihl AP battery range system. So we'll talk about the blade system first. It does come with this safety cover when you purchase it as well. So we can just remove that and we'll take a quick look at the blade system here. So the blade system's a 50 centimeter length blade system, or 20 inches if you work in inches, and it's a dual side cutting blade. Now with a two spacing of approximately 33 centimeters between the teeth. Now you don't want to be trying to cut anything bigger than that obviously, or it won't be able to get into the grooves of each teeth, but I don't highly recommend trying not to cut a 33 centimeter branch because you'd just be putting too much strain on the system. So yeah, 33 centimeters between the gap, 50 centimeter blade length. Now let's get up to the neck here where the degrees angle is. So the Stihl HLA 66 comes with 135 degree of range. So that starts from, there you go, your first click, all the way round to that. So yeah, massive good range, and that's adjustable by just pulling down this neck of the piece here, and you'll be able to swivel it. And if you can see in the joints here, it'll click into one of these holes once it locks it in. There you go, it's that simple. So yeah, really good, easy system. I do enjoy this system purely just because of the ease of it. You just bang down on that, loosens it, away you go, and then you can just click it in. So if you're reaching up top, doing a top bit like so, or if you quickly need to shift it around to do a side of a hedge, you can bang it in and away you go. All right, legends, so next, okay, there goes that. Anyway, let's talk about price now. Now for the HLA 66, you're looking at 529 Australian dollars. Now bear in mind that is without the battery and without the charger. That is just the skin only. You'll need to go ahead and purchase the battery and the charger separately, but that's pretty good because then you get a choice of what battery that suits your needs and requirements. Like I mentioned, this is the AP 300 battery, but there's an AP 200 and there's an AP 300S, I believe, as well, which just gives you a little bit more runtime. But yeah, make sure when you go into your dealer, just mention what you're doing and how often you're using the Hedger, and they'll be able to sort you out the appropriate battery. But yeah, 529 approximately on the current Stihl website, Australian dollars, will get you the HLA 66. So anyway, next we'll talk about noise level. Now this is one of the main reasons I switched to battery hedging. My previous Stihl Hedger, well, a while back, I had another HLA system before this one. I think it was the 58 or 56 maybe, the model before this one, but it was fantastic as well. But yeah, the reason why I mainly changed to battery was because of the noise. I loved my Stihl from years ago, but when you're hedging and the motor is just screaming its ringer off, it was just getting frustrating, and it did have far more vibration than the battery range. So yeah, I moved to the Stihl battery range, and the noise level for the pressure level is 80 decibels, and for the power level you're looking at around 91 decibels. So really quiet, and this you can actually use without any hearing protection, and you won't have any concerns of sore ears or anything like that, or damaging your ears you know, after using it, which in this sort of work, if you're a commercial person you know, you do this as your job, then it's really important to maintain your hearing when you're doing this day in, day out. So yeah, really, really quiet. And again, one of the big factors I love about the Stihl HLA 66. So yeah, next we'll talk about weight and balance. So the weight of this machine without the battery in the end is 3.8 kilos. So very, very light. Really, really doesn't weigh anything. Again, to a motorized hedge trimmer, extension trimmer like this, a lot lighter. Again, another factor why I changed to a Stihl battery trimmer. So yeah, 3.8 kilos without the battery. Now you might see behind me, I run the AP300 series in my garden equipment, obviously for the longer power time, and the battery itself is 1.8 kilos, the AP300, and I run that in this, and it gives me heaps and heaps of run time and keeps the machine really well balanced. Obviously without the battery, it is very poorly balanced, so don't pick up the tool you know, in a Stihl dealership and feel it without the battery in it and think, oh, this is terrible. You really need to put the battery in, and then the machine is weighted perfectly. It just pops in the end like that, bang, and you'll hear some clicks like that, and the thing's in. Super easy, and you can see the two orange bits either side here. You just click them, and away it goes, pops out like that. So yeah, super simple. But yeah, I run the AP300, like I mentioned, is a 1.8 kilo battery. So all up, you're looking at about 5.5 kilos once an AP300 battery is in. And for me personally, I do a fair bit of hedging every week. I find it not too heavy, not too hard on the shoulders, super easy. Now, if you find that a little bit too heavy for you, or you do already have bad shoulders and you do a ton of hedging, then you can always offer to go downsizing to the AP200, which is mildly lighter. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll put it on the screen, the AP200 battery weight. But I mean, look, the problem is when you go down in batteries, you might lose, you know, you might decrease your weight, but you'll decrease your run time. So just keep that in mind when you are, you know, thinking, oh, I want to go lighter. It just means less run time, which means you might need to buy more batteries. But I find the AP300 absolutely perfect for the HLA 66. So do consider that. I'll put the AP300 price on the screen too, just so you're aware. And of course, I've brought the charger out as well. That's the AL300 Stihl charger, which has been absolutely fantastic as well. Again, I'll put the price on the screen for the AL300 battery charger. We'll go on to comfort now and usage. So overall, this thing is super comfortable. The handle on this Stihl have designed really well. It's just got the top safety engagement bit here, which sits, you know, in the palm of your hand, and then you've got to use your thumb, trigger this forward, and then you're allowed to get into it. We'll bang the battery in there just to give it a bit of a run so you guys can hear it. There we go. So yeah, again, down, thumb forward, and then pull. And as I mentioned, the sound power level is around 91 decibels at full running power. That's it. All right, we just bang that down and we are good. So yeah, like I was mentioning with comfort, this thing is really, really comfortable. I mean, I don't do hedging constantly back-to-back 8 hours all day, but I reckon you could get away with it with this. It really is a good weighted machine. It also has the hook here in case you need a shoulder strap for anyone with any physical disabilities or issues in their shoulders, etc. Or if you're just doing long days of hedging, then I definitely recommend putting the strap on that comes with it, and you can just put it on the way to your shoulders, and it takes a lot of the brunt as opposed to your arms holding the whole thing up and down. So yeah, definitely recommend that. You've also got the reach or grab handle here, because it is a good handle to hang on to if you're, you know, reaching out far sort of thing and all that sort of stuff. But you know, it's just a couple of screws and you can take it off. And on the previous one, yeah, I didn't have it on there because I was always just holding it by the handle here, because it just gave me a better balance when I was either reaching out or just in general doing any sort of hedging with it, anything like that. I was always just holding it here. It's a nice thick rubber handle, which gives you heaps and heaps of comfort, and of course lessens the vibrations felt through your body as you're holding the machine and it's hedging. So yeah, up to you, but this handle is good, I guess, if you want to, you know, do that long reach out. When I'm really doing really long reaches, and this is another factor what I love about the Stihl battery range, or just battery gear in general, is you can hold it at the end. You know, you can hold it at the end here and really reach out. You can't do that with a motor. You can't hold on to a motor and reach out even further. So I do love that about the Stihl. Now we'll talk about also distance. So talking about reaching up, how long is this machine? So let's get my measuring tape out and we'll check out, and I'll show you how long the machine is, and not folded up, folded up, and then I'll also show you how long the machine is fully extended out. That way you know how far you'll be able to reach. Obviously everyone's got different length arms, so some people will be able to reach further than other people, but we'll just specifically talk about the reach of this machine. So let me grab my measuring tape and we can do it like that. All right, so we've got the machine here. We've got my trusty tape measure, so we'll put it on there. All right, so we have, sorry, let me get out of the light and it's upside down. Well done, Ben. So that's at the end there. So we have about 1330. Yeah, so 1330 is the length of it folded away, as you can see. And we'll get it out now. Genius. Now we can hook the tape measure on there, run this all the way out, and where are we? So we are at 2120, pretty much 2120 at full extension. So yeah, a really good reach on this. All right, yeah, so that was the measurements of it folded away like so, and then extended out at its full reach. And again, wait for the click, at its full reach. So yeah, plenty of extension. Now, if you need more extension than that, there is a model up from this, which is the HLA 86, and that has an extension pole obviously through here, and you're able to get a much more longer reach. But I don't require that for my clients. This is enough for me. I've got my 8-foot ladder and my small little step ladder as well, and that's all I need to get to the hedges that I currently maintain in my business. So yeah, that's it in the way of extensions. There is a model below this as well, which I believe is the HLA 56. And the difference between that is it's a different battery setup. Now, the only sort of difference in it is this is a bit more of a hardy trimmer. So a bit more probably for commercial use. So as I always say on my reviews, if I'm reviewing it in a commercial standpoint, getting used daily, then it's definitely going to be absolutely fine for someone looking to purchase one just to use on their own private property. Because again, if it stands up to being used every day, it's definitely going to stand up for, every couple of weeks that you might pull it out to maintain your hedges or whatever you're trimming. So yeah, that's the HLA 66. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this review of the HLA 66. I've had zero issues with this machine. Of course, I maintain it. If you missed my maintenance video on hedging, jump back on the channel, you'll be able to see that, or I'll leave the link up in the corner here and click on that. And that is a must if you own a hedge trimmer. Make sure you watch that video and make sure you give it a thumbs up if you learned anything from it. But yeah, I've been running this machine for quite some time now. And again, zero issues. I've had no issues with the batteries as well, and no no issues with the charger. It's been an absolute dream, and it's probably one of my favorite tools that I enjoy using throughout my weekly cuts. But anyway, if you've got any more questions regarding the HLA 66, please put them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up button on these videos to help me get MoTime more out to the lawn and garden lovers like myself. Anyway, legends, I hope you guys are staying well mentally and physically. See you legends in the next video.